Utah Tech down by 23 points. Head coach J.D. Gustin telling his team we cannot give Grand Canyon open looks. We can't give them those open threes, and we have to get back in transition. He said the focus now should be on us. Can we be proud of the product that we're putting out on the floor?
The spark was reignited in a room full of 20 amazing women ready to empower and inspire each other. But for the first time in history, we're bringing that magic to the San Francisco 49ers rookie class.
Yeah, offensively, ACU did force a few scoring droughts for you guys in this first half. How do you be more consistent the next 20?
We're cooking palachinka. And so can you tell me a little bit about why this dish is so special? How do you feel like your game has developed in year two with this same system?
In Southern Utah, 10-21 overall last year, 5-15 in the WAC. One of the few teams that did not make the conference tournament last year. What's it going to take to get these T-Birds rolling?
Of course, you started your college career with your current head coach, Chennis Berry, when he was the head coach over at Benedict College. Why was he such a big believer in your ability that gave you the confidence to go out there and throw for over 2,600 yards this season?
I spoke with Marquise Bell, who has a smile that can light up a room, but his story goes so much further beyond the surface.
On this free kick, here's your goalkeeper, and what they're doing is they're setting up this wall. That wall is to cover your near post. The goalkeeper is going to get everything from here to the far post.
Unbeaten in their last 10 games.
Utah Valley has one of the best scoring offenses in the nation. Their 48 goals on the year is good for 8th, and they do a really good job spreading the ball. They're 3rd in the nation in assists, and when they get to that attacking 3rd, they finish. California Baptist and their veteran line needs to be on their A game today.
Whew. My goodness, that was tough.
I spoke with head coach Todd Witten for Tarleton State coming out of the locker room. He said, look, we're in a good spot. It's just a 3-point game, but we have to establish the run. He said, we're not going to go anywhere with this offense if we don't get that run game going.
Head coach John Judkins telling me at the half we have to be more aggressive these next 20 minutes. He said we've had one foul shot in the first half. That's not going to get it done. He also mentioned being tougher on the glass. He said we're getting killed in that department. We were getting good shots, but we need to make them in this second half. We want a chance.
Your pitching staff put up straight zeros. How are they able to go back to that bulldog mentality and get the job done?
Take us through what was going through your mind as you knew that you had one opportunity and, of course, you sink the 35-foot jumper.
For Utah Tech to get back in this, head coach John Judkins telling his team during the timeout, we have to get stops. He circled the time left on the clock and said, look, there's still plenty of time. We can't give up. We have to play with our heart on our sleeves. Yeah, that 9-0 run was sparked by your lone true freshman. How did she elevate her game to meet the moment? Alyssa Durazo Frescas breaks the WAC record in made threes and does it in such a dynamic buzzer beater fashion. How do you describe a player like her?
You get your best friend back on the roster in Zoe Nelson. What was it like bringing her to UT Arlington, and how has it been reconnecting like no time's passed?
When I spoke to Utah Valley head coach Dan Nielsen, he said it was really a close battle until that fourth quarter. He said one thing we cannot do is get into a shootout with this team, especially the way that the Trailblazers shoot the three. He said it's going to be imperative that we lock down on defense.
Your team shot 46% from beyond the arc, 11 made threes. What was working with the perimeter game?
There are no easy games in the National Football League. However, in today's matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets, we all walked in knowing things could get ugly quick for the bottom feeders of the AFC East. Now, a second-round pick to the Carolina Panthers, who traded up to get him. Chin says it's a complete 360 from 4 years ago, but he says this is just the beginning.